Okay, I'm going to walk you through installing ZSC or single currency or Zupa single currency on a DayZ Epoch server version 1.0.6.1. This will also work for an Overpoch server. There's just a couple of things you got to do different, but it's relatively the same. So I'm going to download the files from the Epoch forum, epochmod.com forum. Go down to the ARMA 2 section and go to the community projects area and click on this one, the gold coin based single currency and banking system. And the first thread pinned at the top is Salivals. He was the one that did the update for this. And you're going to click on his GitHub and click this clone or download and download the zip and save it. Finish downloading, open the folder. That can be minimized. Well, actually you need to have the instructions. So go down to install instructions, which start here in the mission side. So open DayZ servers folder, open your MP missions, and before you do this install, if you have working PBOs, you want to back them up. You see I have a backup folder here, so let me get rid of these ones. So these are working PBOs. So I'm just gonna, well, I'm gonna right click and well, actually let me unpack it first. Okay, so let me put the PBO in here, back that up, do the same thing on the server side, unpack it and grab the working PBO and stick it in there. Now we're ready to make edits. So mission folder, you're going to edit this file init.sqf, and in my last video I showed you how to make a custom variables and a custom compiles. That's what these are here. So it tells you to find this line right here. Come on. Yeah. Find that line, which is this line right here. And you're going to add this below it. But I've already done that. And if you want to know how that was done, just watch my last video on custom variables, custom compiles. So I can skip that step because I've already done it. This one as well. Here's where compiles is. You're just going to add this line for the custom compiles right below it. So I've already done that. So we can skip that step. You're going to find this, which is right here. And you're going to add this line below it. So I'm going to do a Control C on this line, and do Control V just to overwrite that line, because you're redirecting to this scripts traders folders. And you're going to find this here. So Control C on that, and you do a Control F to bring up your finder, Control V to paste it in there, find next. There it is, and you're going to put this stuff directly above it, this whole block of code. So click here and then enter, up arrow, paste, and clean this up a little bit. Just tab these back over. Okay, so we're done with the init editing, so we're going to save that and close it. And the next step is to replace your description.exe with the one that's in the ZSC folder. Okay, So here it is, description.exe. I haven't done any edits to that, but if you did, if you had other stuff in there that you've already made edits to, what you'd want to do is use there's a program called diff merge that I really like. And you're just gonna, since you got two, you're gonna right click on one of these and go to diff merge. Should be a right click option after you've installed it. And if you have files in there, you just clear it. You're gonna hit remember file on that, and then you're gonna come to this one, right click it, go down to diff merge, and compare it with that other one. This is what that saved, that remember file does. So this will open it up. This copies from left to right. So you want the new version of the file. I don't know why it says older version. It's the new one. You want, and I guess this becomes the new one. So the one I want to copy from is this ZSC one. So that's down here. So I want to swap. So now the ZSC one that that's in the download is up here, and it's going to merge into this one that's in the mission folder. So hit OK there. And you can see it highlights the differences. These files are the same here, and this is where the difference is. Why is that putting that there? Huh. You have to be careful with this because sometimes it can mess you up. But anyways, I want to merge this. Let's just do it. Merge that. So now this over here matches that. You can see the stuff that was changed is underlined. And okay, so that's the same now. Let's merge this part. So now all of this is the same. This file is now the same as this file. This is very useful when you're doing file updates. Like if a new version comes out, you can open the new one over here and open the one you have existing over here and just look at the edits that were made and selectively, I mean, you can copy this text here and then paste it over here if it's just one line and you don't want to replace anything else. But we're just trying to update this whole file, so we just merged the whole thing. And that's probably the most useful thing you can do with diff merge is just comparing files and updating where necessary. So I'm going to save this, close it, and let's look at the description.exe ext in the mission folder. You can see it's updated. Everything in here is the same. If you had custom loot tables, then of course you would want to be careful with that. You'd want to copy this back over, if you had if it was in your mission side. But this is kind of a fresh install with very limited editing done to it, so I'm just gonna use that. Otherwise, if you could also delete this one, go down, delete that one, copy this one over, you could do that. So we're done there with description.ext. So let's go to server folder install. So here we're back, the ZSC folder we downloaded, and I'm going to go into server, a DayZ server, and on this side you're also going to go into DayZ, or the server PBO, DayZ server. You see that how these file structures match? This is what I was talking about in my last video, how the script should do this. You got this DayZ server over here. It tells you open that, open this one. Okay, they got a folder called compile. Over here there's a folder called compile, right? And these are the two files that it's telling you to either replace or merge the contents. So if these were modified in your from another script or something like that, then you would want to do the diff merge. But I haven't touched these, so I'm just gonna delete these. So server handle, okay, so just delete this one that's in the mission or in the server PBO. I'm gonna right click, drag and drop, and hit copy here. I'm gonna do the same thing with server update object. There it is. I'm gonna delete this one, copy this new one over. Okay, so that's done. Next step is BattlEye filter install. So let's back up here into our instance folder. Instance 11 Shinaris BattlEye. I'm using I did install Infostar on here, so this doesn't have the default or the built-in BattlEye filters like these. I've updated to these Infostar ones. As you saw in my last video, I couldn't even put the POIs in because these aren't updated right. Are locked down pretty tight. Let's take a look at the Infostar ones. I haven't even compared these yet. So which one am I looking for? Scripts.txt. And I'm going to find a line that says create dialogue. What is that, 12? See, he doesn't have it in here. And I know for a fact that these dialogues have already been added as exceptions in Infostar. So you don't need to do anything with the BattlEye filters if you have Infostar installed. Let me go show you the ones for the regular. If you aren't using Infostar, then you will have to update these. So go to scripts.txt and find line 12. It might be different, but you're looking for the line that says 5 create dialogue, this one. And you're going to paste this on the end. It says right here. Add this to the end of it. Let me copy this whole line here. And I'm going to click in there. I'm going to hit the end button on my keyboard to go to the very end and paste it right there. And let's see, is there another one? Yeah, line 10. We're looking for something called close display. And you're going to add this to the end of it. So Control C to copy that. Click in here, hit the N key on your keyboard, and paste. And that adds that. That's all you need to do for the BattlEye filters. I'm not going to save this one because I'm not using them, but that's what you would do. You'd need to add those 2 lines and then save your file. But I'm just going to close this since I'm using Infostar. Let's see. I noticed that there is a there's a system folder in the DayZ server, and it's got server monitor in there. If you read through the instructions completely, down here where it says using vehicles to store coins, this step 3 has where you would merge or replace server monitor.sqf. This isn't really that popular of an option from what I can see. People like to store their coins in like safes and lock boxes, which is the default. And DayZ money storage classes, yeah. See, there's a few more instructions down here for options. I'm not going to go through these. Yeah, you can give new players coins on first login. You know, just follow these instructions like I have been doing here. But I'm gonna do a diff merge on this just to show you what the actual difference is. It's very subtle. So right click on that, go to diff merge, hit clear this file list, and go back down and hit remember file, and then do the same on this. Go to compare and hit here. Now make sure that the ZSC one is on the top, which will be the left side file. So I'm gonna hit swap, right? Hit OK. This is it, one little line. This will just give you the option to store coins in vehicles, and you can just merge it because it's just an option. It doesn't, you don't have to turn it on if you don't want. That's all that is. Okay, so then you just go here, file, save it, close, and you're done. Just if you want to do that. We need to copy all of these files over that are not in here. We're done with the server PBO, so we can repack this, and we can get rid of this, and then we want to go back to the mission PBO. You have to copy this stuff over. It's not listed as a step in here, but that's pretty obvious. You need the stuff that's in script. You got what am I in the global banking, or I'm just in the scripts? Okay, global banking stuff is here. I'll follow this video up with an install of global banking, but you don't need global banking stuff if you're just doing a ZSC install. So go to scripts. This has the radio thing. This is your trader stuff. You get to make some changes there. Yep, you need all that. So copy this scripts folder over. Copy that. So there it is. And now, if you have other scripts installed where you had DayZ code in there, all you're going to do, this is the way why it's done like this, is open here, open here. What do you see in here? Okay, there's init. What's in init? Compiles and a variables. Remember I made these in the last one? Let's look at these, and let's just do a diff merge. If you don't, let me show you this here. Compiles, it was just empty. So let's just open that one. And you see, it's just compiling one. So if you watch my last video, let me move this over. This is your custom compiles that I had made in the last video. This is the one from ZSC. You see it has this if-is server, then there's nothing in there. It's not compiling anything. It's just we got a modified version of FN self actions. So that has been put in the mission side in the compiles folder, and this is your overwrite for the compiles that was in. Let me show you this. Go into the Epoch client files. I'm just showing this again. I showed this in the last video, but this DayZ code PBO, you extract it. Notice it's still there. I haven't modified that. I just extracted it so I can look. And I'm going to go into the same directory, which was init. And here's the compiles. Let's move this over. Okay, so you see it has an if-is server then section, and he's got a dialog in here. Salival added a dialog. Loading custom server compiles. That puts that in the RPT and just lets you know that this stuff loaded. And there's an is not dedicated server, is not dedicated section, and there's one line here. And this should kind of be down here, I think, yeah? This should go... Oh, it's just loading. Okay, so that's starting to load. I see what he's doing. Here's the self actions right here. This is the one that's built into Epoch. So modifications were made to this file that added the stuff for ZSC, you know, the give coins and stuff like that. Check wallet. So you see, this is the same. Function underscore usec underscore self actions. That's the same. This, you know, that's all the same. But look at the path. There's no, like I did in the last one, the last video. There's no PBO prefix here. Z add-ons, Z/add-ons is just been removed because now you're directing the directory to the mission side. And what will happen is, because this is being compiled after this one will get overwritten. It's going to compile this one, and then it's going to pile this one over the top. It will overwrite it. And that's the purpose for this. So close that. This is the one that was in ZSC. And this is the one that's in my my custom compiles that was in the... let's back up. Yeah, okay, so this is the one that I had in there that's blank, right? So since it's blank, I'm just going to delete mine. And I'm going to pull Salival's over. Right? So now I have his. My variables, remember I added some stuff in there? Some overwrites. Let's look at the one that's in ZSC. Okay, so remember in the last video I showed you this Z single currency is now set to true. That was in, let's open up the Epoch. This right here, config variables.sqf. Is it in here? Yeah, see here it is right here. Z single currency equals false. That's built into Epoch, and we're putting it into custom. Let's put this over in another view. Okay, so you see in the custom variables, he's copied this over and set it to true. So this is just being overwritten. It's just it's toggling this variable to true. And you can see some of these other things. These are, let's see. Okay, that's globally. That's for, like if you die, you keep your coins. Nobody uses that. These other ones are unique to ZSC. So this is the only variable that was taken from, and if you wanted to change your currency name, you could copy this over and call coins, you know, dollars, or, you know, something else, rubles, if you want Russian money. This here, storage classes, is over here, and you can see here it was just a empty array, and Salival has it set to DZE underscore lockable storage, which is in variables. Let me show you that. Where is, okay, this is the, go to variables.sqf, and we're looking for this one. Let me maximize this, because you might wonder what the hell is this? Where is this coming from? It's coming from right there. This is an array of lockable storage. All of these items you see in here, you see got these are safes. This one is a locked safe, one is an open safe, one is a locked lockbox, the other one is open. Unlocked storage, you see here it says vault storage. Yeah, so that's what DayZ. You could probably do it in what does it say? Unlocked or lockable? I think it said locked. Yeah, lockable storage. That's where it's coming from anyway. You just set it to a variable that has a bunch of shit in it. I think you might be able to do unlock storage, but I'm not really sure. I'm not going to toy with that right now. But yeah, this variable right here, that's all, that's set to true. These other ones here are custom to ZSC. Let's move this over. So this is my custom variables.sqf. This is the one for ZSC. You notice it has DayZ reset self actions. That was also brought over from variables.sqf that's built into Epoch. And all that happened here was these bank dialogues were added. That's it. So since these are all, I'm just going to add them to mine. That's all I'm going to do. I'm just going to select everything in here. Close it. Just like that. I added these variables from ZSC into mine. And I'm going to save that. Now, if I didn't have any edits in there, of course, I would just delete the one that I had and then bring over the new one. But I wanted to retain the stuff that I had, so I merged it. Let's see. So we did init. Let's do the GUI. It's just, there's no GUI folder in here, so copy that whole thing in there. There's no configs in here. Copy that whole thing in here. And configs has what this cat. This is we'll have to customize this in a second here. Compiles. Okay. There's no compiles in here, right? Nope. This has your overwrite for FN self actions. The original one looked exactly like this, except Salival added. Let's see, // I think he's got something that says custom. Yeah, see it says custom below. This has all the stuff for banking. Not banking, but ZSC. This is what was added to this self actions. And that's why it's overwritten. Yeah, check wallet, access bank. You could change this. I kind of like, this is when you access a safe or a lockbox, it would say access bank, but if you can install global banking, that can be misleading. So I like to change this to coin storage. So when you go to and you roll your scroll wheel, you get the self option to access the coin storage. That's all it is. This is give player currency. Okay, so I just made that one edit because I felt like it, but you don't have to. Close that. So we have all the files transferred over from DayZ code. We brought the scripts folder over. You don't need to do any of that. We merged all that shit. That's all you need to do there. Let's go into this configs and take a look here, because you see that there's Overwatch stuff in here. This would be for an Overpoch server. I don't have an Overpoch server. This is an Epoch server. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just delete this one because I don't need it. If you open this up, you see that this one has Overwatch stuff in it. So if you had an Overwatch server, or an Overpoch server rather, sorry, you would want to use this one. The file itself is this, config server trader. You want it to say that. So if I had an Overpoch server, what I would do is right click and rename this, and I would just get rid of this and then save it like that. But you know, this one I would delete because that's the Epoch one. But yeah, see, no. So I'm using an Epoch server. I could just leave this in here. It won't do anything. It just adds to your file size, your mission file. So I'm going to delete that one. And this is the Overwatch category. Again, it has to be named category. But if I was using Overpoch, I would just, you know, rename it that. And then merge it. Not merge it, but delete this one first and then rename this one. That's what I would do. But this one here, you see this one has Overwatch stuff in it. So if you have an Overpoch server, this install is the same. It's just you're going to change that and that. But since this is Epoch, we're going to get rid of it. I think the other thing we need to do, yep, we need to go into scripts, traders, and you see you have all these different kinds of traders. There's ones for Overpoch. Again, this is what the file has to be called, server_traders.sqf. So if you were using a different map, or if you were using Overpoch, you would delete this one, right? And then rename this to server_traders.sqf. That's it. But I have a Shinaris Epoch server, so I can delete all of these. That just, if you leave them in there, you can do that. That's fine. It just makes your mission folder a little big, so it takes a little longer to download. That's it. But this has the Epoch server trader stuff for Shinaris. That's good. I believe we are done with this install. So let me repack this PBO. Delete that. And to test this, I am going to go into my database and give myself some coins. Remember, I password protected my root account, so I need to get that password out of here. It's here. Whoa. That's a Word file. That's my password for the root account. Go into character data. Make sure you have the right, if you have multiple servers, so obviously you want to have this one selected, and you go into character data, hit the data tab there. Go all the way to the end, and the bottom entry is what you want. The rest of this shit is older entries from today. I'm not sure how. It must get cleaned up daily or something like that. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, this bottom entry, you see this last column here says coins. I'm going to give myself some coins, so I'm going to double click in here. Yeah, and delete what's in there. I'm going to give myself, what is that, 5 million? Okay, good. So I'm going to click out here. Sometimes if you make an update, I think it's when the server's running, you will have to hit this post. But if the server's off, then you don't have to. Just be, if it puts a little red triangle here, hit that post button. So I got 5 million coins there. Let me show you one last thing here that I forgot. And that is setting a limit on the bank. No, actually we don't have global banking. Never mind. Never mind. That'll be in the next video. So I gave myself 5 million coins in my character data. So when I log into the server, I should have 5 million coins. See, my mission file increased a little bit there. This goddamn mouse pad is acting up. All right. And you can see over here I have 5 million coins. So let's try to buy something. Let's buy a Vodnik. You can see the price there is 100,000 coins, so our traders are installed correctly. Move that over and buy it. And there's my Vodnik. What else can I buy? Let me sell this shitty backpack. Backpacks. Not buy, sell. Sell a backpack. Alright, backpack's gone. Let's buy a good backpack. Large gun bag. Actually, let's get a coyote because that's nicer. Get rid of that. Buy that. So traders are working. You see the my coins over there on the right side are updating as I purchase. Sell this gun, sell that, sell it, and let's get what, an M14 maybe. Let's get what else we got in here? Let's get an M14 hollow camo. Buy that. Okay. And let's get a pistol too. I don't. Do they have any SD pistols? You gotta make one. You gotta buy that, and then you gotta buy the attachment. 9mm suppressor. Let's buy that, and let's make ourselves a 8. There we go. Attached to secondary, I think that's for those submachine guns that fire the 9mm. Okay, so I got that. Let's buy some ammo for DMR. Buy 4 of those, and let's go back. It's a pistol magazine. Let's get the M9 SD. Buy 4 of those. Okay. Geared. Totally geared. Okay, so you see that that all works out. You know what I could do? Kill myself and do check wallet. Let's do that. Hi. Come on, dude. What are you doing? Not even bleeding. Now I am. I'm taking a huge beating here. This guy's a wuss. Come on, man. There we go. Okay, I have 0 coins. My default loadout. Let's turn on Infostar and teleport. Okay, there's my body. Teleport right there. Yep. And let's do check wallet. So there I took my 4.8 million coins. That's working. Get my shit back. My key for my bond. Okay. I have all this shit. What's this for? That's for the Makarov. It's for the SA-58. I don't want that crap. I don't need all that either. Okay. That's a successful install of ZSC. I'm going to go ahead and follow this up with the global banking install. I'm going to do what's built into global banking, which is the banker. Oh, you know what? Let me show you this coin storage before I forget. Trader, give me a safe and a lockbox. Those are the 2 items that are defaulted to. Can't build in the Trader City, so I gotta go at this barn. Those are the 2 items that you can store coins in with the DayZ lockable storage. And I think this is what most servers do. I don't know anybody that does the coins in the you know, like the cars. I guess some people would do like storage sheds and stuff like that. Oh, for fuck's sake. Give me a fucking toolbox. I don't think I need an entrenching tool. Just a toolbox. Buy that. Alrighty, now let's see if I can build it. There we go. Okay. Where's my option to open this fucking thing? Come on. There it is. Okay, so now when I scroll my wheel, I should get coin storage. It did say access bank, but I like to change it to coin storage just because I think that's a little bit closer to what it is. Because it's when you hit coin storage, this is you can store these amount of coins in the in this safe alone. This 10 million coins, that was in. It's a multiplier. And it is in the custom variables. You can just change the multiplier. If you want less coins than 10 million, just change that. What is it? 50,000 is the multiplier. It's 200 gear slots in a safe. So it's 200 times 50,000, which gives you 10 million. You do the same thing with this lockbox. There we go. Same thing, coin storage, 2.5 million, because lockbox only has 50 slots, so 50 times 50,000, I guess, is 2.5 million. But I can deposit 100,000 into there. And there's 100,000 in the lockbox, and let's put 200,000. Deposit that. Whoop, coin storage, please. That's it. Okay. You can check the RPTs. Let me go ahead and log out since that install is done. Okay, shut the server down. If you want to do a check on your RPTs, you can do that. And these object not found are just like bullshit errors. They're not even errors, they're just messages. Shows all of my trades here, that all gets logged. Yeah, we're good there. Let's see if we're getting anything on the client side. So File Explorer, is it C again? Users. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this is bullshit stuff here. Yeah, nothing. Yeah, good. Okay, so that's good. I could show you a couple last things. The install video is over, you know, but let me show you this here. Custom variables. This is your storage multiplier. Is 50,000, so 200 times 50,000 is your what you can store in a safe. 50 times 50,000 for a lockbox. You could change this value, of course. You could. It depends on, you know, if you want players to have less money available to them in their safes, then just lower this number. What is this? Default storage multiplier is items that don't have storage slots. Like you could set up like here in storage classes, you could put like plot poles and stuff in here, add plot poles and that kind of shit, and it will give you default 200 slots. Like, you know, it actually says it right here, plastic plot poles, in case that kind of shit. Yeah. Maintain currency rate. That is how much you will end up paying for your base maintenance. You play around with those. Otherwise, just leave this other stuff alone. That's it. Successful install of ZSC. And I want to follow this up with a global banking install. So that's it. All right. Take it easy.